But speaking of some of the guys that are going to be heading up for Bill, going in stride, going to war for him, one of them, I saw an article about him, just kind of highlighting him, is senior Marcus Allen, as he's going to be leading the secondary.
Exactly.
And
what in the Kirk Cousins?
I'm saying, bro, you listen, bad times.
Oh, listen, Beats, if you never heard about that, I don't know, you probably heard about it, but now when they hired Matt Rule for the 2 seasons they had him, they signed that man to they signed that man to $10 million a year. When I heard it, I looked at him, y'all must be
here's the thing, bro. We bought him out for $30 million from Baylor. Just to get rid of him. We bought out that $30 million contract and then gave him a 7-year, $70 million on top. Oh my God.
And even worse, they had to when they got rid of him, they had to keep paying him. They still owed him the rest of that money.
I think Nebraska took on some of that.
Nebraska took on some of it, but they still owe them like $40
million. we still hurting. This is worse. This is worse.
It was worse than Russ, but still.
It was worse than Russ. But
it was worse than Russ. Like, it was terrible. It was so bad.
But Marcus Allen, 4-year senior, finding himself as he said, I'm now the old head in the secondary room. Like 4 years, he is senior. And to be honest, he didn't do bad last year. In the 12 games he played, 36 total tackles, 26 solos. He got targeted 53 times and only allowed 28 completions, which for some of you who don't know, hey, that's a 52% completion percentage. For a DB, that's really where you want everything. And the reason why I'm saying that is just because I did the numbers, and J.C. Horn this past season made like Pro Bowl and everything, right? His completion percentage was 62 on him.
I mean,
and the average I saw in the league is around that 55 to 60 mark.
I mean, I get it, and the only reason why I'm a little skeptical on it is because one, there's 3 reasons for it. One, this is now an era of football that defenses have the worst job ever. Man. Like you can tap somebody and be flagged for it. It don't make no sense. 2, where you want them to be is around like 46%.
I mean,
you want them to be,
but let's be honest. If he's 46, that is putting him.
He's shut down for
all American.
He's shut down for real. Now I'm not saying the percentage he has is bad, because no, 52% is honestly great, because I can almost guarantee you for at least 15 of those completions, they were in situations where like he literally could do nothing better. So I'm not knocking the 52, because even on average, like you said, the average is around 55 NFL wise. So I'm not really saying that this is bad. Like I said, for a coach, you want 47, you want less than 50 for a coach. But if you're going to expect any kind of, if you want to be realistic about it, 52 is a good number.
Yeah, because I'm looking
anywhere
at
between
it like
49 to 53 is a great number.
Now I will say this: the one I do want. Now, 52, I'm not mad at. What I would like, and sometimes they don't get this stat right, depending on who's honestly marking the game. They said he only had 4 pass deflections. To me, I'm like, he was targeted 53 times and only allowed 28 completions. And you mean he only deflected 4 passes?
Because like they don't count knocking balls out of the hands.
That's why I'm saying that I'm marking that as to whoever was probably charting the game. Because I'm like, there's no way he only has 4. There were only 4 passes. To me, the rest of those are just, at that point, it was a bad pass. It wasn't like he did anything. And, sometimes, like you said, there are times where the ball just gets thrown over because he's forced it into a window that the quarterback has to throw.
Then you also have those, the other stat is, instead of pass deflections, they call them pass breakups. So like they split deflections into 2 separate categories, and they don't really mark breakups down as much as they should.
And that's the other problem. They don't mark breakups at all. Like, I know what you're talking about. I know PBUs are a thing, but that's not a readily available stat. Like not on
Yeah,
Sports Reference, not
they
on
don't mark that down
ESPN,
in most
not
places.
even on the regular college websites, which upsets me
Because
because I'm like, that's a stat you should keep. That's just like offensive lineman stats. I need pancakes again. I need pancakes as a readily available stat. I need sacks allowed as a readily available stat.
because for people who are in the game and are have played it and in the game, they want those kinds of stats because we know that makes those are big deals. That makes a lot of difference because there's a whole separate thing there. Because you can't just call everything you do knocking the ball away as a pass deflection, because if a dude has his hands on it and you knock it out afterwards, that's a breakup. You broke that pass.
It's like that's
but
a
you're
breakup.
Not gonna mark that down as a breakup, and you're not going to mark it as a deflection. You're just going to mark it as an incomplete pass and move on. Only one person's going to get the negative out of this, and that's it. When we all know that's another that's another tick that you can put on the board somewhere.
And the thing about it is, pass breakups to me, if you're not going to have pass deflection and pass breakups as one and the same, if you're going to mark those pass breakups, that shows what a corner really does when they're targeted. It's like, okay, they didn't deflect the pass, but they broke that up. And if you have a high breakup percentage, that shows how locked down you really were. Prime Darrelle Revis. Revis didn't always have the most interceptions in the league, but you know what he always did do?
He's breaking up
broke
passes.
Up passes. He broke up passes. Sherman broke up passes. Jalen Ramsey in his prime broke up passes. Shoot even Dion
now. Like Surtain now does it all the time. Like
breaks up passes all the time. And that's the thing about it is, as a corner,
top tier safeties break up passes all the time.
All the time. They might not come down, especially hard hitting safeties. The hard hitters, the Troy Polamalu's and the Cam Chancellors, those are the ones that are breaking up the most passes.
Because to me, pass breakups is more important than deflections. Because sure, it showed that you're athletic enough to get in the way of a pass, or you're preemptive enough to be able to knock a pass down. Great. Sometimes in my mind, if you got both hands on it, you should have caught it. You should have more interceptions.
Oh, listen,
in my mind.
Listen,
we were receivers.
The worst pass deflection, bro, is when you break on the ball, and like, especially if you're sitting in cover two, and you break on like a screen or something, come in, and it drop out your hands, or you were right there in the zone, bro. You know what coach immediately made you. You know what you did on the field. You immediately knocked out your 10 push-ups right there on the field because you knew coach was gonna make you do them on the sideline if you didn't, bro. It sucks. It sucks.
Let's say it's like stat keeping is a little weird now because some stuff works, some stuff don't. So it is what it is.
But with it all, Marcus Allen, I know, like, with the stats and everything that's been put up, I know he probably has expectations, especially with Bill Belichick being his coach. One, he wants to make all ACC. Like, if he doesn't get like All-American recognized, like All-American first, second, or third team, I know he, at least as the senior leader, wants to be all ACC because that still comes with some notoriety. And two, with Bill Belichick being his coach, you know he's probably looking at Bill like, Bill Belichick can probably make me an NFL-ready coach in 1 year. If there is anybody who can get me on the map, get me in the right positions, have me doing the right things that NFL teams are looking for, and get me to the next level in the NFL draft, it's Bill Belichick. And I know that's probably his dream of being a NFL draft pick in 2026, even if it's like a fourth rounder. You know what I mean?
And tell you the truth, like the way, looking at the stats that he's got, he could be second day for sure.
That's what I'm saying. I looked at his whole line. I'm like, all right, you could definitely be 4, 5, 6. I think 7 would be disrespectful, honestly. I think seventh round would be a little disrespectful, personally.
Like if he gets 7th round, it's gonna be because
that class had to be stacked.
I say it was going to be because that class of cornerbacks is just stacked, and
that's what I'm saying.
I don't think we're going to see that.
I was about to say, if he is a 7th round pick in 2026, and this is also barring he does what he's supposed to do, makes all ACC, and we know what he's capable of. and he's a 7th round pick in 2026, that means this cornerback class coming out is stacked. And I don't know who that is right now. Like, I can't say that for sure. Not off the top of my head right now.
Oh, not at all.
Like, if it becomes stacked like that, hey, listen, I'll be the first to admit, I ain't know your game. I was unfamiliar with your game, partners.
I was unfamiliar with your game, pimp.
Hey, listen, tell me what it is. Tell me what it do. I was unfamiliar with how you get down. But
so this next thing on the docket, let's hold off on it for a little bit. We're gonna come back to it.
Oh,
we're gonna talk. It's gonna be a long talk on that one. Let's come back.
Man, you know I'm so excited